Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2018 graduation ceremony for New York University's College of Global Public Health. Please rise for our special guests, administration, and faculty. Please welcome the members of this year's graduating class of 2018. be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, the College of Global Public Health's Dean and Director of the Global Institute of Public Health, Dr. Cheryl Healton.
Good afternoon. As Dean of your College of Global Public Health, I am privileged to welcome you to historic Town Hall for our 2018 graduation ceremony. This afternoon, 350 of you will graduate, including our first 2 doctoral students. Congratulations to all of you. Along with your family and friends, we are enormously proud of your accomplishments and consider it to have been an honor to be part of your academic lives over the past few years. As you leave Washington Square with your hard-earned degrees, I want to underscore how deeply needed your new expertise is and how timely your skills will be in today's public health workforce. You need only see the headlines every day to know they are needed now more than ever. Peer-reviewed science and funding for public health initiatives continue to come under fire. New epidemics emerge and reemerge, and the social divide widens. But where there are challenges, we in public health see real opportunities. As you begin or continue your careers or pursue other degrees, you now know that public health is more than a job, it's a calling to improve and save lives. With your diplomas firmly in hand, you are now poised to answer that call. While NYU has been granting degrees in public health for 40 years, like you, GPH is young, with big aspirations. Thank you for being a part of the formative years here as the college continues our ambitious work to reinvent the public health paradigm. You now join our alumni and can cheer us on as we work to achieve our bold goal to be in the top 10 schools of public health in the coming decade. We look forward to your inspiring contributions, and we wish you health and happiness as you embark on the next phase of your exciting careers. Exercise your heart as much as you do your mind, and you will make a real difference, because caring is the greatest motivation of all. On the occasion of our 3rd graduation ceremony, we are honored to have a remarkable group of speakers to inspire you. In addition to your esteemed classmates and faculty, we're privileged to have with us today NYU President Andrew Hamilton, our Deputy Provost, Dr. C. Sibel Raver, and Dr. David Satcher, former Director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and P.S. Assistant Secretary for Health and Surgeon General of the United States also. I'd now like to welcome Deputy Provost Raver to the podium. Sibel has been a tireless champion of our college, so please join me in a very warm welcome for Dr. Sibel Raver.
Good afternoon. It's such an honor to be here with you to celebrate you, the class of 2018. Just an amazing, amazing class. I have to say, as a deputy provost, I am so deeply impressed by this college, by your faculty, by your amazing dean, and most importantly, by you and your accomplishments. There are 3 key areas on which I'd just like to touch to highlight why I think we have so much to be proud of when we see you graduate and cross this particular stage. First, you are amazing scientists, whether it is in the case of doing your thesis or completing your capstone or collaborating with your peers or with your faculty. It really touched my heart as a scientist, as a fellow scientist, to see that over 150 presentations were made in Kimmel last week, where you actually communicated to NYU scholarly community the breadth and depth of the rigor of your work. I was also so deeply impressed by the fact that you are really tremendously powerful change makers. You are figuring out all kinds of amazing and important problems that we face today and that we will face in the generations to come, whether it's figuring out bottlenecks that stand in the way of families' access to good nutrition in Senegal, or building tools to address the behavioral health needs of families facing natural disaster, or standing up against gun violence in Washington, D.C. as a threat to our nation's public health, you are there making clear in so many ways how deeply dedicated you are to changing the world in addition to changing the field. And we're very excited to see all that you are going to accomplish as alumni. Third, you reflect NYU's highest priorities, not only in terms of impact and on equity, but also NYU's values of diversity and inclusion. You represent the strength of our globe in your national, linguistic, racial, ethnic, gender, sexual orientation identities. And you represent beacons to our university community as you incorporate those identities, bringing your whole selves into your work as scholars and agents of change. In short, you represent the best that NYU has to offer our city, our nation, and our world. And it's with that recognition of your accomplishments and dedication that I congratulate you. I also want to congratulate Dean Cheryl Hilton. She's really, really remarkable as an international leader in the field of public health and also as our leader at the university. We were very lucky to recruit her 5 years ago from Columbia University and from her senior leadership position as CEO of the Legacy Foundation. I'm sure you're all very familiar with her many stellar accomplishments, but I want to take this moment to congratulate her on winning one of our major national awards, particularly the recognition from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Service Award for Innovation in Public Health. Finally, it's really an honor to introduce to you President Andrew Hamilton. As many of you know, he himself is a scientist. As our 16th university president, he has served as the Vice Chancellor of Oxford, and then after that, the Provost of Yale. One of the key features of his work is not only that he is one of the most highly cited scientists on campus in biochemistry, chemistry, and biophysics, but his work relates directly in many ways to the fight against cancer. So he joins you in knowing and understanding the depth and importance of science for public health. Please join me in welcoming President Hamilton to the podium.
Sibel, thank you very much indeed. And Dean Hilton, colleagues, family, friends, and especially the outstanding College of Global Public Health class of 2018. Congratulations to every one of you. Well done. It is wonderful to be with all of you on this special afternoon. This is the beginning of the week. This is Monday, and it's one of the best weeks in the year because it is a week of celebration of NYU, celebration of the great achievements of the different schools in NYU, but also very much celebration of all of your achievements, graduates. And for my wife Jenny and me, and my wife Jenny's somewhere in the room, I lost sight of her, this is our third of 19 graduation ceremonies. So, and every one of them is wonderful, but this is a special one. This is a very special one. And it really is our pleasure to be with all of you this afternoon. The College of Global Public Health graduates today 124 undergraduates and 224 graduate students. Wonderful. Congratulations. You graduates are a remarkably diverse group, representing 46 countries and speaking more than 22 different languages. Many of you have completed capstones, internships, and thesis programs in locations all around the globe, including Ghana, Kenya, Guatemala, Israel, Italy, Ukraine, and Uganda, all over the world. But today, for this special afternoon, we're gathered here at home in New York City in this historic town hall. This building is a very important and remarkable one in this city. It was established by a group of suffragists in 1921 as a meeting place for the public to become educated about the issues of the day. And if you glance around at the architecture of this hall, you'll see that there are no box seats. There are no seats for the elite. That was intentional because it's architects of this building, they brought to life the democratic principles that underlie the College of Global Public Health, but democratic principles in such a way that no matter who might be in it, every single seat would have an unobstructed view. In fact, the town hall, this building, is the birthplace of that famous phrase, "Not a bad seat in the house." And so I hope all of you, as you watch your loved ones pass across the stage, will not have a bad view. You'll have a wonderful view. And there have been many great names on this stage, artists, icons, thought leaders, like Marian Anderson, Billie Holiday, Eleanor Roosevelt, Langston Hughes, and Duke Ellington, to name just a few. Well, today we are honored to welcome a keynote speaker who also enjoys international renown as a champion of public health. And we promise not to ask him to sing unless he really wants to. Dr. David Satcher is a physician scientist and public health administrator with an extensive track record of leadership, research, and community engagement. A graduate of Morehouse College and Case Western Reserve University, he served as Surgeon General of the United States from 1998 to 2002. During that same period, he served simultaneously as Assistant Secretary for Health in the Department of Health and Human Services. Dr. Satcher has also served as Director of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and as Administrator of the Agency for Toxic Substances and Disease Registry. He is the recipient of more than 50 honorary degrees and far too many awards to count. Dr. Satcher is currently the founding director and senior advisor of the Satcher Health Leadership Institute at the Morehouse School of Medicine in Atlanta, Georgia. We are very honored to have Dr. Satcher with us this afternoon. Please, everyone in this wonderful hall, give him a rousing welcome.
Well, thank you very much, President Hamilton, for that very kind introduction. To Dean Hilton and other distinguished platform participants, and to all of you distinguished people, this is, of course, your day, and I'm just delighted to be able to share it with you. So congratulations for all that you have done to get to this point in your life and career, and I hope you have many, many great years ahead of you. Well, I bring you greetings from the Morehouse School of Medicine and especially the Satcher Health Leadership Institute, where I'm technically retired, but retirement can be quite a challenge. But let me just say that I thoroughly enjoy being in the same room where students like yourself are getting ready to march across the stage and get your diplomas, degrees, because it represents a culmination of real commitment of people whom I think care enough, first of all, care enough that you've committed yourself to preparing yourself for a career in public health. And you knew it was important for you to know enough. So you came to a great institution and you're now ready to reap the rewards of all of your hard work. But it takes more than that, of course. As you leave here, you have to have the courage to do enough, and I'm sure you will. And you need perseverance because the journey is, in fact, long and hard sometimes, but we need you. So I'm pleased to be here today to help celebrate, but also to help to charge you to move forward in this field of public health. You know, we define public health as the collective efforts of a society to create the conditions in which people can be healthy. That's not an easy task. Create the conditions. I served on the World Health Organization's Commission on Social Determinants of Health. And social determinants, of course, are the conditions in which one is born, grow, learn, work. But we now know that unless we can impact those conditions, we can't reach our goal of health equity. So I wish you well in preparing yourself to take on some very challenging conditions in our society. I'm just going to share a minute with you about the Satcher Health Leadership Institute at the Morehouse School of Medicine, which we started about 12 years ago. And we have 3 leadership development programs, a little different from most leadership development programs. We have a program for health professionals, primarily focusing on health policy. We have a program for community health leaders. We've graduated 10 mayors and about 50 city council persons. And so we continue to bring together people who are out there in the community dealing with policy and practice. And we're trying to form teams with them. We're teaching them and they're teaching us. But my favorite program is the Quality Parenting Program. We work in a community that's about 80% single parents, and about 80% of the parents who've gone through our Quality Parenting Program, which focuses on children from 0 to 5, about 80% of them have been single parents. I'm just convinced that to the extent that we can help parents be better parents, we can really make an impact on our society, whether you talk about violence or careers and tracking people in careers, getting people to stay in school. We need to support parents. We did an evaluation of what happened to parents in our program and found that the parents who went through the program were at much less risk for depression. And depression has been increasing in black women. But in the ones who've gone through the program, there's been a dramatic decrease in the risk for depression. And when you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. Parents invest a lot in their children. So when they do get help in this area, it makes a big difference in their lives. Well, there was once a Surgeon General. He was new. He had just been fitted for his outfit, and he was beginning to go around the country to speak. The reception was great. People were very enthusiastic. So he said to his staff, you know, I want to go somewhere and speak where people ordinarily wouldn't hear me speak. And they thought about that, and they finally decided to take him to a nursing home. And he went, and there was a lady sitting at the door. And whenever anybody would come, she would greet them. She didn't have to do it. Nobody paid her to do it. She just did it. So when the Surgeon General came to the door, she greeted him. And he felt that she wasn't enthusiastic enough. So he said, ma'am, do you know who I am? And she said, no. He said, you mean you don't know who I am? She said, no. And then she said, well, but if you go up to the front desk, they would tell you who you are. Well, among other things, I hope that you have learned a lot about who you are. I know you've learned about a lot of other people, but I hope you've also, as you've gone through this program of education, you've learned a lot about yourself, because it's going to be important as you go forth into the world and to try to make a difference. So I join in congratulating you, but hope that you will be able to put all of this together in your own lives and in the community to make a difference. Well, I was in New York a few weeks ago to speak at a conference dealing with mental health. I was very pleased to hear that the state of New York has recently passed legislation requiring all schools that educate in elementary, middle, and high school to teach mental health. New York becomes the first state in the country with that requirement. Well, since I was the first Surgeon General to release a report on mental health, people have been asking me to comment, and of course, in Buffalo, New York, I spoke about the challenges facing our society when it comes to really educating people about mental health. In our report, we define mental health as the successful performance of mental functions, such that one is able to be productive in his or her life, and one is able to develop and maintain fulfilling relationships with other people, beginning with families. We also said that mental health was the ability to adapt to change in one's life and to deal with adversity. Mental health is really important because of the stigma that surrounds mental illness. We often don't spend much time talking about mental health. So I was happy that in the future, children in elementary, middle, and high school in New York would in fact get a chance to talk about mental health, because I think to the extent that we educate children about mental health, more and more people will feel comfortable acknowledging that they need help when it comes to their mental health. More and more people will feel that just as things go wrong with the heart, the lungs, the kidneys, and the liver, things go wrong with the brain. They always have and they always will. But I hope something else happens. I hope that we will gain a greater appreciation for the brain, because I get really concerned when I see head-to-head contact in football and all of the other head-to-head injuries that take place in various sports. And I think it demonstrates that we as a society have not taken the brain as seriously. Now, Patrick Kennedy likes to say that when you go to the doctor to get a checkup, unfortunately, you're not examined from the neck up. And so we have a real issue with our mental health. I hope that you, as you go out of here today, will see how critical mental health is as a part of public health, and that we need to do everything we can to make sure that we have an environment which welcomes people to seek help when they need it for mental health problems. We don't have that kind of environment now, and hopefully with efforts like the one here in New York State, that will change. So you're leaving here today, and there are a lot of things happening that will be very challenging to you, but there also will be opportunities that have not existed before in public health. I've seen a lot in public health. I was a second-year medical student, I believe, when the Surgeon General released a report on smoking and health in 1964. An amazing report. And I don't know if you've checked to see what's happened, but in 2014, we did an evaluation of what impact has the Surgeon General's report on smoking and health had. And what we found, of course, especially globally, more than 20 million lives have been saved because people either decided not to begin smoking or they decided to quit. 20 million lives. When the Surgeon General's report on tobacco and health was released, 43% of the American people were smokers. and today less than 15%. And throughout the world, now that the World Health Organization has had its treaty meeting on tobacco, even in developing countries, we're now seeing a decline in smoking. And the impact that that's going to have on health is amazing. Well, we still have work to do in that area, and I don't want you to think that you're off the hook when it comes to tobacco. You're not. But you're going to have some new challenges, right? You got the opioid addiction and addiction and where overdoses killed, over 60,000 Americans last year? You've got to deal with that in public health. You have a lot of other challenges that await you while you're continuing to reduce smoking in this country and in the world. There are a lot of opportunities out there, but there are also a lot of challenges. When Surgeon General Lou Terry released that report on smoking and health, there's an interesting story that goes with it, which I think is worth sharing with you. Surgeon General Lou Terry, and I've confirmed this story with his son, Michael, but when he was on the way to the press conference to release this very important report, his staff, his assistant was with him in the back seat of the limousine. And Dr. Terry was smoking more than usual. So he said, well, Dr. Terry, do you know what they're going to ask you? You know what the first questions are going to be when you release this report? And he said, no, what's that? They're going to ask you if you smoke. And he said, oh, no, I mean, why would they ask me a question like that? So they went on to the press conference. He just did a great job of releasing the report. First question, well, Dr. Terry, do you smoke? And he said, no, I don't. Well, another reporter raised his hand and said, well, Dr. Terry, when did you quit? And Dr. Terry said, I quit 30 minutes ago. And he never smoked again. In fact, he walked around the rest of his life with a lapel pin that said, thank you for not smoking. Thank you for not smoking. So often a report from the Surgeon General begins by changing the Surgeon General, and certainly changing a lot of other people. Well, I hope one day, you will be out there thanking people for not using drugs that have short-term pleasure and long-term pain. I hope you will be thanking people for being physically active on a regular basis. I hope you will be thanking people for consuming at least 5 servings of fruits and vegetables per day. I hope that you will be thanking people for nonviolent activities. Dr. King, with whom I had the opportunity to work over 55 years ago when I was a student at Morehouse, was committed to nonviolence. I mean, that he believed very deeply that nonviolence was powerful, that it really was an approach that could win. And as you know, 50 years ago, Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. And so his commitment to nonviolence, his belief in nonviolence, went with him to his grave. But I think those of us in public health should know that nonviolence is a powerful weapon, and that violence in our homes, in our communities, is something that we have to find a way to get rid of. We have to make decisions about the appropriate use of guns, the appropriate distribution of guns. We have to enrich our communities where too many young people feel that violence is the only way, that they have to be violent in order to protect themselves. We can do better than that. And this is, in fact, a public health problem. In spite of the fact that Congress took the money away from the CDC to do research in use of guns, and hopefully CDC will get that money back so we can learn more about how to deal with violence in our communities and how to deal with guns. And it is true that mental health is certainly an important consideration, but what can we do in this environment to make it less likely that an individual will have easy access to a gun that can kill so many people in a short period of time. This is your public health. It is something that we must find a way to deal with. Well, I just want to say how far we've come. We've come a long ways. I mentioned smoking and health, but what about the elimination of smallpox throughout the world? What about the eradication of smallpox, I should say, throughout the world? What about the elimination of polio? When I was director of the CDC, we worked with the World Health Organization, and the commitment was to eradicate polio. And in fact, we were able to eliminate polio from every country in the world except Afghanistan and Pakistan, and sometimes Nigeria. And it's interesting, the reason that we were not able to eliminate polio in Afghanistan and Pakistan, and sometimes Nigeria, was because of violence. Fighting was going on in those places. We couldn't get through the fighting to reach children who needed the vaccines. And so you see how these interactions take place among the various challenges to public health. So you have a great challenge ahead of you, but you also have tremendous opportunities. And there's an urgency about this. When I was a student at Morehouse, 15 years after Martin Luther King Jr. graduated, the president, Dr. Benjamin Elijah Mays, would speak to the students every Tuesday morning. And it was just amazing. We would sit on the edge of our seats. Many of us from families where neither parent had finished elementary school. Many of us from places where we couldn't eat at restaurants or even buy an ice cream cone because we were black. In that environment, Benjamin Elijah Mays challenged us to excel, in spite of the many challenges that we were facing. I'm going to leave you with this, my favorite Benjamin Mays poem. It's called God's Minute. And it goes something like this: I have only just a minute, only 60 seconds in it, forced upon me, can't refuse it. I didn't seek it, didn't choose it, and yet it's up to me to use it. I must suffer if I lose it, give account if I abuse it. Just a tiny little minute, and yet eternity is in it. God's minute. Thank you.
You get an award.
Here you go. We want to catch a picture of you here, right over there.
Beautiful job. Really beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Woohoo!
Extraordinary job. Thank you so much, Dr. Satcher. It is now my pleasure to introduce our 2018 student speaker. Nominated by her peers, please join me in welcoming our Student Governing Council President, Mackenzie Pickett.
Thank you. Congratulations, class of 2018. We made it. And let me tell you, it's been one heck of a ride. But if you look back at the short stint of time that we've had here at NYU, you'll realize that the world we're about to venture into may look a little different than when we initially started this journey together. Just think, when we began at NYU, a man by the name of Barack Obama was president. And Blue Ivy wasn't sharing her inheritance. But a lot of good things have happened too. women finally felt empowered enough to break the silence, start a movement, and stand up to sexual harassment and violence. Students across this country teamed up to stand up against the epidemic of gun violence in the US. And we finally discovered the utopian land of Wakanda. But instead of focusing on the past, let's look to what lies ahead of us. In days, our journey here through NYU will come to an end, and the obstacles that this world will produce And the obstacles of this world will produce grand opportunities for us to stand up, get activated, and make a difference at a multitude of different levels. I'm not going to lie to you. The world can seem like a scary place right now. And if you're like me, especially because I'm giving the speech, your anxiety might be a little high and your feeling of certainty a little low. We are constantly bombarded with stories and images of war, police brutality, corruption, and natural disaster. But isn't that what we signed up for when we decided to get a degree in public health? Undergraduates, graduates, our first graduating PhD cohort, did we not make a conscientious decision to stand up in the face of inequality and inequity when we chose to study public health? We are in a time where our global community needs our support more than ever. And luckily for us, we can take these public health degrees from NYU and turn them into degrees of social, global change in our neighborhood and around the world. It is going to be uncomfortable, and it may require us to double down and stand up for our priorities, but lean in and fail better. No one is expecting us to be flawless in this transition, and we shouldn't expect that from ourselves either. What should be anticipated is the love and the support of our community. So let's start that today. Lord knows none of us made it here alone. So take time to look around to that friend who helped you through that biostats exam, or that policy brief, or that culminating experience project, and let them know that you appreciate their ability to support you, check your sanity, and most importantly, keep you humble. Now look to the people who are here to celebrate your great accomplishments. To our social support system, here and around the world, we are truly grateful for your sacrifice, your constructive criticism, and opinions over the years. So thank you. We are a global community whose students span the planet. So thank you to our peers who have uprooted your lives to show your commitment to public health. Whether you traveled abroad, across the country, or across the Hudson River from New Jersey, you fulfilled your educational commitment to public health and added to the unique perspective of our community. So thank you. To the exemplary faculty and staff who supported us and progressed their fields of expertise in research and implementation while also working tirelessly to develop this college and engage with students at every level. Thank you. Finally, I would like to give a special thank you to our student body who continue to inspire, support, and empower each other through this journey. To any peer who worked to push forward and bridge the gap in public health knowledge by being involved in conducting and developing research, please stand up. Your work studying programs, community dynamics, and systems analysis in areas of focus such as maternal health, population health, emergency preparedness, tobacco, and HIV have made tremendous impacts in our global community. I was gonna say let's give you a round of applause, but we already did that, so I'm gonna skip that part. To any peer who focused on community development by being a student orientation leader or a member, founder, or leader of student clubs or organization, please stand up. You paved the way by creating a sense of student community and activating peers through programs, guest speakers, marches, and field trips into our greater NYC community. This year, we began with 4 student-led clubs. Thanks to your efforts, we doubled that number and flourished into a new school with 3 more clubs seeking approval for next year. We're a growing school, which of course has its pains, but that was part of the beauty of our school. We had the autonomy to ask and create change and build our own adventure and education. So with that, finally, I turn to our wonderful, beautiful, passionate student governing council members. Please stand up. We came to the table 1 year ago with a lot of big ideas, and the more I think about it, the more I think we accomplished the vast majority of these ideas. We advocated for our peers to get little wins like our own e-newsletter and Dean's newsletter for students. So you're welcome, peers, for a barrage of weekly emails that I know you read. But we also had some major wins, like the first NYU Public Health Week, which ended with our first GPH cruise, which we made into our own gala. Our commitment to each other, our future peers, and the impact on the development of this new college is something to be proud about. Through all of our initiatives, programs, and research, we hope to make an impact on whatever level we had access to as students. And now, we are graduates, and the possibilities of community access has never been higher. So make the most of these opportunities that lie ahead. As John Mayer once said, one day our generation is gonna rule the population. We can no longer keep on waiting for that world to change. Our time to change the world is today. Look around at your amazing classmates, your peers, our cohort. In the coming months, we will deploy around the world and into our backyards to occupy research facilities, nonprofit organizations, Fortune 500 companies, and government offices at every level, and everything in between, to advocate for health-based policies, programs, and change. Our degrees give us the toolkit to stand at the epicenter of health and everything else that it intersects with. In a world where truth and facts are questioned, we need to be unwavering in our fight to advocate for the public health agenda. I believe we can do this, and I wish you all the best. Now go find your team and get to work. Thank you.
Thank you, Mackenzie. Good afternoon. My name is Bernadette Bodenell-Baller, and I'm the Senior Associate Dean of Research and Program Development here at the College of Global Public Health. We're now going to present the College of Global Public Health Awards and Honors. Dean Cartwright will assist me in presenting these awards. Dean Cartwright, please join me. There we go, at the podium. It's now time to recognize some of the extraordinary students and faculty. Our first award will be presented today is the Public Health Practice and Leadership Award. Nominated by College of Global Public Health faculty, this honor is awarded annually to a student who demonstrates high levels of scholarship and commitment to the public health community, and who has enormous potential for future contributions to the field of global public health practice and service. Please join me in congratulating Mayreen Aref, recipient of our 2018 Public Health Practice and Leadership Award. Congratulations. Our next honor is the 2018 Research Awards. Nominated by GPH faculty, this award is given annually to students who have made significant contributions to research here at NYU or in the community through efforts outside of program degree requirements. Please join me in congratulating Kennedy Oware, our 2018 Research Award recipient. Congratulations. We'll now present our 2018 Service to Community Award. The award is given annually to students who have made significant commitments to community engagement here at NYU and in the community through efforts outside of program degree requirements. Please join me in congratulating Mackenzie Pickett, our 2018 Service to Community recipient. Now we will present our 2018 Public Health Service Social Justice Award, nominated by GPH the student body. This award is given annually to students who have made significant contributions to improving the life conditions of vulnerable individuals or communities through efforts outside of program degree requirements. Please join me in congratulating Marizan Alam, our 2018 Public Health Social Justice Award recipient. Congratulations. I'd now like to ask our student speaker, Mackenzie Pickett, back to the podium. Mackenzie.
Each year, the graduating class is asked to nominate the faculty member who they feel provides exceptional instruction and care to their students. Please join me in congratulating Dr. Julie Avina, recipient of GPH's 2018 Excellence in Public Health Faculty Award.
My name is Niyati Parekh, and I'm the Director of Doctoral Studies here at GPH. We have come to the part of the program we've all been waiting for, the presentation of our students. But first, a few words from some of our graduates.
This experience has pretty much changed my life. I am not the same person that I was when I first moved to New York. I realized what exactly I wanted to do with my life.
This was my first time being in an American education system. If I was able to find people in my community, I could be successful.
I moved here not knowing anybody at all, but the people here have made me feel welcome, like as if I'm at home.
I was able to break the expectations that everyone had for me, and I was able to make my own expectations.
NYU was my dream school when I applied. When I got in, I remember that day I was screaming down my work hallway, and I'm still hyped about it. I'm so blessed to be here and be able to graduate from this institution.
My favorite professor was Mary Beck. She helped me realize just how deep my love for public health is.
I took health policy with Dr. Wilson Wang, my experiential learning experience with Dean Julie Avina. Those are the two classes that stepped outside of the classroom and taught me how to explore the world around me and how to deal with problems that pertain to people, communities, and what I actually want to do, which is to be a doctor.
Dr. Melody Goodman was one of my favorites. You will see 23-year-olds running to the board to get points.
Professor Daniel Ampad, she would make us dance to Zumba right before the class, every class, and she made EPI so interesting and so much fun.
Dr. Niyati Parekh, she's actually been my mentor since my time here. Dr. Andrea Derlin, she's also my thesis advisor. Thank you so much to both of y'all. I really owe this journey to both of y'all.
Reality is that finishing my PhD has fundamentally changed my life. It's challenged me to grow and to come out of my shell, and has brought me the self-confidence that I didn't have before, that I definitely do now, and there's no going back, which is a really nice thing to have and to know will always be mine.
I was a program assistant for NYC Health and Hospitals.
The Center for Health Identity, Behavior, and Prevention Studies, also known as CHIPS.
And Mahati Vajalas, Dr. Nayoras, and Dr. Abrams Tobacco Research Lab.
I was involved in NYU Peer Health Exchange. We provide health education to students who otherwise wouldn't receive it.
I think the experience at NYU meant being a global citizen. You meet so many different people from so many different countries, and speaking to those different people, I felt like I visited each country.
When you put yourself in the public health realm, you start to change your perspective on the idea of traveling. So it's not just for fun, it's more so I want to go out and explore and get to learn about different cultures, get to talk to actually people who live there.
This experience at NYU was an opportunity to really step outside your comfort zone and really just grow as a person.
The opportunity that NYU provided of actually going to another country to work with an organization as a consultant, it dropped me in a situation that helped me realize this is where I need to be.
Just be focused in what you want to work with, be passionate in what you want to work with, have a genuine commitment to upholding human rights. And whether it's working with migrants or working with children or working with any other faction of society, health is an essential human right.
This experience meant growing up, it meant moving forward. So I really want to work nationally and internationally, implementing different policies and intervention plans.
I want to make sure that low and middle income countries have equitable healthcare systems.
It's so important that we have young people like myself, not just looking to make money, but looking to change one life, looking to ensure that people are not dying because they're looking for something better.
We got to be on the ground for 2 weeks and we did a bunch of field work. That was my first time really interacting with the community, and I felt like our research is going to actually make an impact. And having that ability to do as a student I think that was really special.
It's something that I don't think a lot of people even realize we need. A lot of the stories that I would hear growing up, I always used to think, why wasn't there something in place to prevent that?
This experience at NYU meant learning inside and outside the classroom, not just from professors and faculty, but also from my classmates.
I'd like to make an impact by improving nutrition in mothers and infants in low-income communities and working towards zero hunger.
That is my goal, to make sure I apply all the skills that I have as a physician, as a researcher, as a data analyst, to be able to prevent child mortality. I am really, really, really going to miss NYU, and I actually don't want to graduate. I'm dreading it because I love it so much.
I am going to miss, I call it the 2 Fs, food and friends. That's what I'm going to miss the most.
I'll miss New York pizza, Cart coffee, Cart food, Dunkin' Donuts.
I'm going to really, really miss 726 Broadway. It's like a nice in-between work and class and just getting to hang out.
The impact that I want to have in this world is to help minority populations and help migrants, asylum seekers, and refugees across the world.
I hope to work on using technology to advance public health, so connecting patients to providers or communities to resources and services.
Provide solutions where the healthcare is not so expensive for vulnerable populations.
Eventually, I do want to focus all of my efforts into our chronic disease epidemic. I think that this is a problem that's going to continue to grow, especially as countries begin to develop all over the world.
Class of 2018, I'd like to offer you a couple of words of wisdom from the social and behavioral sciences. In order to maximize your potential, you need 4 capitals, and we're hoping that you're leaving NYU with these capitals: human capital, which is what you know and what you could do, economic capital, what you and your value is in society, political capital, the knowledge that you can make change and affect it at whatever level you're operating, and the most important, social capital. Look around you, look on the stage. All of these connections are your social capital. So keep in touch, and good luck.
On behalf of the Department of Biostatistics, I would like to say congratulations to the College of Global Public Health, class of 2018. I hope you have a future that's filled with great quantitative data and lots of analyses. I'm excited to see what you do out in the world to make a change in public health.
Be as kind as you can to your peers and others around you. Surround yourself with wonderful people. And as you rise as leaders, ensure that you're working along with others to see their success as well.
On behalf of the Department of Public Health Policy and Management, congratulations, class of 2018. Now that you have finished, think big, change the world. Congratulations.
Congratulations, epidemiology graduates, graduates of the Cross-Continental Program, and of course, all of the graduates of the College of Global Public Health. Be passionate. There's many challenges in global public health, many frustrations, many barriers. Your passion will get you through.
From the Center for Bioethics, congratulations to the class of 2018. As you go forth in your public health careers, you're going to face a number of complex moral situations. Remember to always do the right thing, even when it's difficult.
Class of 2018, thank you. You're a wonderful, odd, beautiful group of people.
I have to give shout out to Doye, Yetunde.
Shout out to my mom, my dad, my homies, my squad. You know who you are. I love y'all. We made it. Woo!
Shout out to my Nigerian crew. Shout out to my Middle Eastern crew. Shout out to everyone. We made it. We all went to NYU. This is an awesome school. When you're doubting yourself, just go back and say, I went to NYU.
Shout out to all of the amazing women that I've met throughout my time here at NYU. I'm so grateful to have met all of these women who truly teach me what it means to be a leader in this world.
Also to all of the students I've had over the 2.5 years that I've been teaching here, they've challenged me to grow and to think about things in a new and different and exciting and young way, which is really, really important.
My grandmother, Nani. Hello, I love you so much. Nani has been my biggest support system.
But most importantly, my mom, I love you.
All of it has been worth it and that you've succeeded. So be proud of yourself. Congratulate yourself for that because you've earned it 1,000%.
As a collective, we're phenomenal. We're a force to be reckoned with. We are just amazing.
I believe that each and every one of us have what it takes to make a difference in this world.
To my classmates, keep in touch. I'm excited to see where you guys land.
College of Global Public Health Class of 2018, we are so proud of you. As you begin the next stage of your academic and professional journeys, let the words carried on the university seal guide your heart and steady your hands. Persevere and excel. Congratulations.
Wow, those were fantastic glimpses of your rich journey here at GPH. I am now excited to present our first class of students receiving their Doctorate of Philosophy in Public Health. I welcome Joyce O'Connor, Interim Associate Dean for Academic Affairs, and Dean Cheryl Healton to join us at the center of the stage. I ask Amaryllis Cespedes and her mentor, Dr. Sally Guttmacher, Professor Emeritus, to come up to the center stage for hooding. Congratulations, Dr. Cespedes. I now welcome Mary Beth Griffin and her mentor, Dr. Perry Halkitis, Professor Emeritus, to please come up. Congratulations.
My name is Zach Maggio, and I am the Associate Dean for Enrollment Management here at GPH. I am honored to present our students earning the Master of Public Health degree. I will be presenting the rest of the graduates alongside our erstwhile award-winning Senior Associate Dean for Student and Alumni Affairs, Julie Avina. Dean Avina, will you join me at the, here you are. All right, perfect. Alomi Molken Faria. Azia Tariq. Modi Alakil. Dipali Unadkat. Haifa Khalid Al Nasser. Reshmi Chowdhury. Consolata Mojeni. Senji Lama. Priyal Agrawal. Kayana Jean-Philippe. Mackenzie Pickett. Mebreen Arif. Kennedy Ohawir. Marzian Alam. Mary Nadolny. Lisa Konopko. Emily Nangle. Jatsna Achla. Tiana Kong. Leanne Demery. Ashlyn Allen. Allison Mercurio. Avanti Hulugal. Sonakshi Shri. Mebrat Tekle. Ana Carolina Camargo. Kira Block. Huma Sheikh. Dayun Guan. Ji Hyun Park. Bilal Khan. Mohammed Bashnaf. Assad Shakil Monan. Mohammed El Fituri. Ahmed El Fituri. Pratik De Surav. Anthony Donadia. Ayushi Bhargava. Shelby Larasonis. Lisette Diaz. Esther Anan. Kyoko Thompson. Sabine Bernard. Ashlyn Pinkins. Valerie Kumalo. Vanessa Adebayo. Rory Curtin. Brooke Wiles. Maria Fabiana Rizzieri. Azam Ahmed. Michelle Mondesir. Jasmine Fontenot. Shatha Messina. Onye Barber. Morgan Sims. Elise Morris. Shalom Igwe. Adafunke Ajeni Koko. Deborah Onakumaya. Chizam Obiezu Ume. April Rogers. Ashley Alero Umekoro. Yesenia Galvan. Fabiola Catul. Sarah Kadir. Neftali Dorcius. Lindsay Killett. Brittany Reed. Rebecca Pertab. Delaney Bauman. Andrea Sharkey. Rebecca City. Laura Gann. Emily Drogi. Ja Chang. Naishu Kui. Soon Jie. Huitu Zhang. Jai Du. Trum Chan. Shilhao Ning. Haoyui Zhang. Ji Lin. Stephanie Bendick. Amber Simone McLeod. Ekemini Isaiah. Ramika Cox. James Easer. Priscilla Estefania Lafore. Nellie Gottlieb. Emily Lamb. Susie Fuentes. Sonali Sharma. Rebecca Elizabeth Wong. Rachel Ann Biscocho. Jorge Rodriguez. Lauren Naliboff. Kara Dolan. Diana Villavicencio. Stephanie Alvarez. Jian Kong. Julia Cox. Sherzad Siamdust. Ingrid Zambrano. Pia Erebaran. Juan Carlos Diaz. Aditi Banja. Bhagavatula Samir Bhagavatula. Henry Miller. Ashley Wisdom. Nazira Spells. Maya Lawson. Olukemi Salu. Felice Youssef. Srishti Mokhtan. Jianwen Zhang. Leah Bloomberg. Sonia Sharma. Nicole Gracias. Jessa May Camacho. Mir Asghar. Got to get organized. Mark Jeffrey Stratton Jr. Shabana Ramtahal. Andrew Maduti. Naeem Rogers. Shelly Mittal. Ali Munt. Andrew Chang. Jennifer Own. Omar Elkesh. Allison Fleece. Vivian Law. Tanya Braun. Christian Victoria. Paktana Hamed. Ilana Porges. Rashida Talib. Vinita Vishnoy. Ashka Gariwala. Andrea Benya. Victoria Good. Megan McGuire. Carolyn Hyatt. Ann Matson. Nazifa Christina Sharifi. Christina Wysota. Kylie Flynn. Shella Fobella. Michelle Abba Brima. Rachel McMillan. Sandy Amer. Alexander Laurent. Zoe Mahan. Margot Gleber. Leary Palmyra. Rueda Izar. Manize Afridi. Ashley Toussaint. Oh my. Maya Matalon. Rebecca Levin. Dominique Brown. Lauren Balsamo. Jamie Klotz. Caleb Loschiavo. Derek Alexander. Akash Gupte. Jordan Hua. Thea Lillian Seigerman. Melissa Rose Rothman. Clarice Saunders. Anna Maria M.A. Vania Baranachaya. Sarah Rock. Amila Samarabandhu.
Hello, everyone. Didn't Zachary do a wonderful job at saying all of those names? Dr. Maggio. Okay, it looks like it's time for our bioethics friends. Yes, now we will present our students earning the Masters of Arts degree in bioethics. Shireen Yilmaz. Edna Bassoon. Tari Grant. Dara Kadakiyu. Lauren Diner. Charles Gerard Peterson. Jack Henry Harris. Graham Curtis Rollins. Janara Salvaggi. Oh. That's our bioethics students. Let's please give them a hand. And now we will present our student earning the advanced certificate in public health. Cynthia Martinez. Congratulations. Now we will present our students who successfully fulfilled the global public health components of their Bachelor of Arts or Bachelor of Science degrees and disciplines. Joyce Moonhoward, can you please join the stage? Dr. Joyce Moonhoward, the director of our program. Ashwini Nagapan. Sana Hussein. Your parents are... Dennis Hilgendorf. Nicole Cencharelli Schulich. Cian Hall. Bremda Acosta. Zoe Gong. Ashley DeSimone. Isabel Corgal. Abriand Artscott. Alexis Ledesma. Natalie Barbosa. Elena Christine Papakovu Lane. Adam Kirshner. Gregory Pascal. Gabriela Josephine Bolaños. Asima Daly. Brittany Munez. Mary Munn. Ilgaz Hershurju. Brian Couch. Joshua Kuach. Janelle Michaela Segara Panganiban. Felicia Mendoza. Sarah Lynch. Ruchi Desai. Catherine Lem. Lucy Yang. Hannah Berg. Katie Rose Nunziato. Brendan Egan. Christina Ducat. Christina Barros. Sanjana Vora. Shakota Johnson. Desiree Shavir. Anjali Menon. Yadel Mekete. Anita Ofoso Apea. Rashana Brown. Yaelin Kaba. Nicole Lauer. Abigail Gergis. Sarah Avazov. Laura Gorenstein. Molly Lauren Hirsch. Aisha Bosula. Jessica Osterman. Udit Modi. Yuli Duque. Shantae Salmon. Ashley Caridad Ortiz. Fabrice Juin. Maria Steven Cornejo. Dia Breeze Beggs. Sally Slingerland. Lauren Marie Ennis. Katie Laird. Udisa Chowdhury. Angela Doughty. Congrats. Kyle Conti. Yasmin Makia. Okay, wait. Opie Yami. I'm sorry. Juma and I know each other. Jumake Opiyame. Lucia Duemas Bianchi. Josh Arshonsky. Graduates, congratulations. Seriously, congratulations. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. We wish you much success, health, and happiness. Please, please, please keep in touch with us, and we look forward to hearing about your many accomplishments and contributions to our society. Dean Hilton will now close our ceremony. Congratulations.
They were just terrific. Thank you so much, Zach and Julie. Beautiful job, and everyone else who assisted, and especially to all you graduates. Thank you to each and every one of our speakers. Let me also say congratulations for one last time to each of you. Please look inside your new portfolio and you'll find a copy of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, a document that you can live by as you head out into the world of public health. It was first used by the late Dr. Jonathan Mann at a ceremony at a school of public health, and it is celebrating its 70th anniversary. Family and friends, I ask that you please allow our faculty to proceed out of the auditorium first, followed by our graduates. Greeters will be just outside and will provide students and families with easy walking directions to the reception in Zoni Hall. Congratulations, one and all. See you over there.